Welcome back, Lords Mobile fans. Thank you very much for joining me and kicking this off with the very familiar sight of the baby Gryphon being farmed. And as you can see by the top of the chat bar, you can see that these guys have literally only just moved into this kingdom. So I'm assuming that they were very excited to grab some resource, but really I'm only looking to set up this solo target for Fennok here. This CYM guy, Fennok has got a solo going towards. He looks like he is in trouble. 240 mil, he gets dropped down to 223. And as a Gryphon trap, I love setting up targets for absolutely anyone. And it was awesome for Fennok to come in and give this guy a smack. And I'm hoping I can cause a little bit of damage to the rest of his guild as well. So 1.4 million troop count. 20.6 million might drop. I've got no idea what this lemon was doing even going into Fury with a troop comp like that. And Fennok actually coming in with a second hit as well, a 6.3 million might drop, a further 877k losses. And like I say, it's just really crazy going into Fury with a troop comp like that. It's never going to end well. And now all that's left to do here is pull those troops home, suck in all of those kills. Really nothing to brag about here, only 5 or 6 marches coming towards me as I random relocate away. And it really is just my way of giving these guys a warm welcome into their new kingdom. Really no hard feelings, these guys are a bunch of legends, and I don't take pity on anyone. I just trap anyone that is dumb enough to send T4 at me, and I do wish these guys all the very best. I'm sure they are going to tear up this kingdom. And really nothing to brag about but a 375k march at the end there. Just a cute little Gryphon pool and setting up a solo target for Fennok as well. So moving on into the next clip, we have some solo trap footage, and I was excited to move this solo trap to the new kingdom that has only just opened, hoping that there was some noobs like this to come in, see my leader walking home and think, yay, a 360, and get a little bit surprised once they get capped. And this guy didn't even switch gear for that solo. He did send 375k, but it was a weird mix send. So he does 18k wounded. I didn't even switch gear. He didn't switch gear. And it was 125k T4 inf, 200k T4 cav. So a really weird solo and definitely never going to be a problem. And next, this guy ports in. He is quite the beefcake for this kingdom. Now these guys have a rally set on me. I haven't healed, I still haven't switched gears, so possibly they still think I'm offline. So this guy comes and chucks out a solo. He's pretty fat, he's got some T5 inf as well, so I'm going to switch gear. I'm going to take this one very seriously. And he does actually do quite a juicy little might drop. He's got an awesome infantry set considering he has just moved to a new kingdom. So let's have a look. A 375k march gives me 475k wounded. Really not a bad effort at all. He was definitely going for it. Imagine being such a lucky boy getting rescued by a 10% Held Rider, and unsurprisingly these guys were not up for chucking any more solos after that. And moving on, I did actually bring my rally trap account to this kingdom, so I needed a level 60 leader. So I've got a garrison walking towards my alt account. It's got a little bit of resource, and now this guy is sending his leader and some T3, so I'm going to random relocate away. I'm going to pull in that garrison and then his marches, because I sent that garrison first. It means that when I random relocate, my garrison will hit first, and then his armies will hit. I get myself that level 60, and all is well in the life of ChaCha. And moving on, we have 169 mil player. I was hoping was going to come in and solo me, but actually solos the player sat next to me that just so happens to be a trap as well. I didn't even know. And a big shout out to Victoria for capping this guy. He runs away, and I was really jealous. I was thinking, where's my solo? I thought he was coming in for me, and actually it chucks out a solo just to my right and gets capped. And sliding into the next bit of footage, we have the leader waltzing on home again. ChaCha doing that walk of shame on the solo trap. Of course, baiting, and this guy is 534 mil. He's taken the bait. He sent a range army, and that is perfect for me. Switching to war gear, back into fake gear. Capped, and he runs away like a noob. 375k send there, 11 million might drop, 289k T4, and impressively that is the third leader captured in a really short period of time in this new kingdom, and it just seems like it's blowing up out of control because of that update where we had to wait 80 days to move to a new kingdom. And now this has opened, it just seems like everyone is going crazy. So I picked up a scout on that occasion, but nobody came over and nibbled. And here I've capped my solo trap again. this guy has actually seen it, he's come over and burnt me, and now I have my solo trap leader walking home once again. This one for me was pretty awesome, actually getting burnt and my leader being released through actually getting rescued. It just makes it pretty au naturel, and anyone that's seeing that leader walking home is surely going to believe that it is just a free level 60 walking on home, and this 300 million might player is really interested. And sure enough, here comes the solo. He hasn't even swapped into gear, so I'm not going to do so either. He's only sending a 250k march of range, so even if he was in gear, I don't think I would be swapping. And I'm just checking the formation. I thought about swapping into cav formation just to see if it would do any more damage, and maybe he would invite his guild over. But I decided not to, just take it in my fake cav gear in the infantry formation, and of course he gets capped. So that is the 4th solo, the 4th cap from the crazy leader walking back technique. And let's have a look, an 8 million might drop, a really fail of a solo there. 720 wounded, and I didn't even switch gears, so that's pretty hilarious. And having so much fun with this baiting tactic, that leader walking home, I really couldn't stop myself. I must have done it over 20 times within just a few hours in that evening, and I just couldn't stop doing the walk of shame. Anybody that was scouting or farming castles near me, I had to make my leader walk across them and see if they were dumb enough to come over for a nibble. And here we have my alt account being farmed once again. It's got that au natural look, that leader walking home after being attacked. And still on this occasion it didn't work, so I was really amazed. Obviously it doesn't work all the time, it is just a numbers game. Some people are dummies and some people are not, so this guy chucks out a test march, which is something you would really expect. And after that test march really not doing anything, he put in Kingdom Chat that I was likely a trap, and for that one it was a case of better luck next time. So here we have, of course, the same very scenario, 10 seconds until my leader comes home. That guy just to my left, Danny Snow, is showing some interest. He's scouted me once, and I also have a 250k march of T3 coming towards me from a minute away or so. So he actually just more or less one troops me, not even a test march of any sort. It was more than one troop, but it only had about 30 troops in the attack. So it was really weird. I still don't think that would have even got through my wall, but he went ahead and started a rally. And I didn't see a lot of people join. He's only 187 mil, so I was really curious to see if I could possibly take this rally. So it was a very intense 5 minutes watching to see who joined, and only 350k T4 range and 540k T3 range. 900k troopers coming at the solo trap, switching into gear, random relocating away so they can't cancel, and getting the cap, switching back into fake gear, porting back in, and that was pretty awesome. The first time I've ever been rallied on the solo trap, and it went pretty well. 182k wounded for me, a 25 million might drop for them, and they were very impressed, I must say. They were really loving that. They did not expect that when they were just rallying a castle with the leader walked home. And there's his gear set, fair play to him, and I wish him all the very best for the future. An epic attempt, and a really nice bunch of people in that OTF guild. And ChaCha sliding into this next clip, I am not capped on the big account, and that is a figment of your imagination. But anyway, this guy is attacking camps. I have the main man Loco with a rally set on him, and we should be in business. Weirdly enough, this guy is still attacking camps as we're carpeting towards him. We drop him down from 270 mil all the way down to 199 mil. A really awesome find and a great rally from my man Loco. A 69 million might drop, what a beautiful number. 2.6 million reds, and what is this guy doing going into Fury? What a absolute lemon, and maybe he will learn some lessons from this. He had a fair bit of T4, but with such a mixed troop comp and only 3 million troops total, just a terrible idea attacking camps and getting caught by the almighty Loco. So we found this guy 270 mil being a complete noob, and we give him the size matters slim fast free of charge, dropping him down to 174 mil. And of course I wish him all the very best for the future. And very swiftly moving on into this next clip, we have a 459 million might player in infantry gear, and it's a really nice infantry set. He's sending an infantry march, but maybe he doesn't realise wearing that really nice infantry gear with a leaderless march is completely pointless. But nevertheless, I'm going to switch into range formation, and hopefully with that leaderless march countering me, it's going to do a little bit more damage than what it should, and maybe I will get some follow-up attacks. So an 8.3 million might drop on that test, and this guy ports in. I was super excited for him to just solo me straight away, and unfortunately he goes ahead and starts a rally. But I'm going to count how many people join, and maybe I'll think about taking this rally. And I think definitely after taking that rally earlier, I was feeling a little bit of confidence, hoping that if he didn't completely fill this rally, if he didn't have very strong gear, I could get the counter, even if I have to put T1 at my front line, depending on how many troopers he sends. Hopefully I can cap this. So it's 900k cav. I'm going to switch into my range formation, which is crazy because I've only got a T1 front line. 10 seconds to go now, so I'm going to switch into that gear, hit that 70% army attack boost. So they're going to get my scout here, and I actually managed to cap just before I random relocate. I thought maybe he'd cancel last second, but just before I randomed, the rally hit. It was 1,050k troopers, 630k wounded, and 420k dead. More or less a pure T4 rally, and I was dancing around my room doing the ChaCha slide left, right and centre, managing to cap that. Really not the best of gear, but an awesome cap from the solo trap. And one more bit of ChaCha madness before we wrap things up. We now have a rescue rally set on the solo trap, and I was really hesitant whether or not I wanted to take this one, so I moved away from them a little bit. I wanted to make sure I know exactly what they are sending, and it was a range send, 930k T4s. I'm going to hit a 70% boost. This guy's got some pretty awesome range gear, so I ran to relocate away. I was half expecting to see the fire burn. I didn't think that was going to go very well, but actually a 29 million might drop for them, only 3.7 mil drop for me. That was yet another victory, not quite getting the cap in there, but nevertheless, what a awesome defense considering I didn't take any rains, and considering he has a really awesome range set. Look at that, 2 purple cups, all the rest are mythic, and depending on his duels, he has got some stats, that is for sure. So I really do hope you have enjoyed this one. It's been a little bit different. Thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like and subscribe, and no doubt I will see you soon.